She actually died screaming, and the Carters are responsible. But one of them is just a little more responsible than the other. Question is, did Sean Carter delete his mistress, his pregnant mistress, because his wife was jealous? Or could it be possible that maybe his wife's temper is just a little worse than most people think? And maybe he just had to clean it up to protect the brand's sake. I mean, I'm just speculating.
It turns out some people truly believe that Blue Ivy might not even be Beyoncé's biological child, but actually the baby Jay-Z's late mistress, Cathy White, was carrying before her mysterious death. Rumors about this have been swirling for years, but they caught fire again when Jaguar Wright boldly pointed fingers at Beyoncé, accusing her of being involved in Cathy's shocking passing. According to these whispers, Beyoncé allegedly didn't just push Jay to cut Cathy off, she also made sure that Cathy's baby would never make it to the public eye. Reports claim Cathy was pregnant right before her death, and conspiracy theorists insist that baby was none other than Blue Ivy.
Beyonce couldn't get pregnant, not naturally. What I do know is this. Beyonce got on that stage with that fake baby bump. It was lined up with the same timing of where Cathy White would have been in her second trimester. The timeline of when she delivered Blue Ivy lines up almost perfect with the timeline of when Cathy White would have delivered. We all know that Blue Ivy came from a surrogate. They shut that hospital down like a president had just been, and parents who had just had children themselves weren't even allowed to see their own kids for 24 hours because of the security that was locking that whole thing down.
$1.3 million is alleged that Beyonce and Jay-Z, the Carters, paid this hospital to have the right.
The story goes that Beyoncé staged her entire pregnancy, while Cathy was the one actually carrying Blue. Then, after Cathy's sudden death, Bey hit the blogs with her miracle birth announcement, making it look like she had delivered the child herself. Out of nowhere, Katt Williams jumped in and started co-signing Jaguar Wright's story, shocking everyone who thought this messy rumor had been buried for good. This whole drama came roaring back last year when Beyoncé dropped her Cowboy Carter album. Fans zeroed in on the track Daughter, claiming it was Beyoncé's chilling confession about allegedly silencing her lover's mistress and covering it up with Jay-Z's help. The title itself, Daughter, sent chills down spines, with many linking it straight to Blue Ivy, who conspiracy theorists swear was the child Cathy carried before her tragic end. And those lyrics? Way too specific to ignore. Beyoncé sang, "Your body laid out on these filthy floors. Your bloodstains on my custom couture. Bathroom attendant let me right in. She was a big fan. I really tried to stay cool, but your arrogance disturbed my solitude. Now I ripped your dress and you're all black and blue. Look what you made me do. They keep saying that I ain't nothing like my father, but I'm the furthest thing from choir boys and altars. If you cross me, I'm just like my father. I'm colder than Titanic water fans were stunned. Some brushed it off as art, but others swore the lyrics were too detailed to be just a song. Here's where it gets even messier. Official reports claim Cathy died from a brain aneurysm, but over the years, skeptics dug deeper and argued the pieces didn't line up, especially when you rewind to August 28, 2011, when Beyoncé revealed her pregnancy live at the MTV VMAs, just months after Cathy's death. To many, that timeline feels way too suspicious. Beyoncé was said to have given birth to Blue Ivy on January 12, 2012. But here's the chilling part. Around that same time, Cathy was reportedly pregnant too. And just days before Beyoncé's so-called due date, Cathy was suddenly found dead in her home. Then, right at the start of the new year, Beyoncé magically announced Blue's birth. The timing was way too perfect. And that's why many are convinced she was never actually pregnant at all. Instead, the rumor is that Blue came through surrogacy, with Cathy herself allegedly being the surrogate. Here's how it supposedly works. With gestational surrogacy, the woman carrying the baby doesn't share any DNA with the child. The embryo is made using the eggs and sperm of the intended parents, meaning the child is genetically theirs, but carried by someone else. So in this theory, Blue would still have Beyoncé's and Jay-Z's genes, but Cathy would have been the one carrying her the whole time. And this is exactly why fans claim Blue looks just like both Bey and Jay, even though Bey might never have actually been pregnant. But the real kicker? People point to that now infamous video of Beyoncé's baby bump literally folding in when she sat down. And for conspiracy theorists, that was all the proof they needed.
Of her baby bump caving in as she was sitting.
What must have been a fake baby bump visually collapsed as she sat down. I admit, that did look weird, but maybe it was a weird camera angle. Or maybe she wears extra padding to keep her due date a secret. And yes, maybe Beyonce isn't actually pregnant.
Tell me this. How many pregnant women do you know whose bellies literally cave in when they sit down? That clip had people shook, and the whispers only got louder. Word on the street is that Beyonce allegedly made sure Cathy never made it back home after delivering the baby because she feared Cathy would slip right back into Jay-Z's arms. And Bey wasn't about to let that happen. And think about it. With Cathy gone, the risk of her ever exposing Beyonce's secret completely vanished.
Think about Claudia Jordan right now. Claudia Jordan don't ever mention my mother name. She mentioned it yesterday. Talking about why people are afraid to come forward. You mean like you? You was Diddy girl. Corey was Jay-Z girl. Why don't you claim your friend? Claudia.
So, Jack, when you say...
When I say Corey, I'm talking about Cathy White.
Oh, yeah. That's what I was about to ask.
Jay-Z's pregnant mistress.
Yeah.
Who died of an imaginary fucking aneurysm. Just like the woman who was best friends with Kim and Kimura, who wrote the book Bling and died as soon as it made the bestsellers list. Who the fuck was these people supposed to go to? You can't go to the boss because the boss is fucking you. And the boss's boss don't get no. Can't go to the authorities. They're all bought and paid for. You could try to get a special prosecutor, but they'll just pay somebody to reassign him to another case. Where the fuck you go when you get over by the industry? Nowhere. That's where you go nowhere. Which is where people like me step in. You right, I go to Diddy parties. To walk mother out. Cause ain't nobody stopping me when I come. You Sean.
Hey, man.
Weirdo.
Oof.
I don't get no what you got in your head, that neural link. You'll never outthink me. Ever. All I do is frustrate your AI. You can't quantify me. You can't even control your wife. You gonna handle a bitch like me. You can't even control that goofy bitch. You should have done a better job. Maybe she wouldn't have had to lose her mind on Cathy. Cause you ain't protecting you. You're protecting her. Wonder why?
But here's where it gets even wilder. Reports say Bey and Jay shelled out over $1.3 million just to shut down an entire hospital floor the night she supposedly gave birth to Blue. Now seriously, who does that? Unless, of course, there was something going on behind those closed doors that the world wasn't meant to see. And then there's the disturbing piece that really had fans raising eyebrows. Beyonce's track, Anger. In it, she recites a dark, twisted poem about doing anything to keep her man, even wearing the skin and hair of his dead lover just to hold on to him forever. Chilling, right? In a bombshell report that later vanished from the internet, Hollywood Street King claimed they spoke directly with one of the officers tied to the investigation into Cathy White's death, and what he revealed was jaw-dropping. According to that officer, Cathy's death wasn't a brain aneurysm at all. It was being treated as a homicide. The article stated, "Yesterday, I got the news that Cathy Michelle White had suddenly passed away. So I quickly began my investigation, and guess what? Cathy did not die from a brain aneurysm as reported widely around the internet today. According to an NYPD detective who told me, Cathy's cause of death is uncertain, and later today we will have the autopsy and toxicology reports." Right now, the death is considered suspicious. The insider went even further, saying, a 911 call came in from an apartment on 130 West 19th Street in Manhattan. Ambulance came and took Cathy because she was sick. They took her to the Beth Israel Hospital, and that's where she expired. It was too early to speculate that an aneurysm killed her. They'll be doing an autopsy later today to check out her cause of death. But someone might have given Cathy a bad pill, so they'll do a toxicology, and we'll have to wait 2 weeks for that report. But here's where things get even darker. Just 2 weeks before she died, Cathy had been contacted by a huge tabloid digging into her alleged connection with Jay-Z. Sources say she gave them a little info, but not much. What she did do, though, was call Jay and reportedly threaten to go public with everything if the price was right. And then, out of nowhere, just a little over 48 hours after Beyonce announced her pregnancy to the world, Cathy mysteriously winds up dead under suspicious circumstances. The timing? Way too convenient to ignore. But Jaguar Wright didn't stop there. She came back in another explosive interview and doubled down with even more shocking claims. This time, she painted an even darker picture, accusing Beyonce of allegedly faking her pregnancy and then stealing Cathy's unborn baby straight from her womb before making sure Cathy was gone for good. According to Jaguar, Blue Ivy isn't just Beyonce's child. She's actually the baby Cathy was carrying before Jay allegedly had her silenced. And just when you thought it couldn't get wilder, popular journalist Liz Crokin stepped in and accused Jay-Z himself of being behind Cathy's mysterious death. Liz revealed she was actually preparing for an exclusive tell-all interview with Cathy about her affair with Jay. But before it could ever happen, Cathy was gone. She claimed, when Kanye West says Jay-Z has murderers, I believe he's talking about the people who killed Cathy White. I was the reporter who spoke to your alleged mistress right before she died. That interview was deleted. I know everything. I know what you did. Go feck yourself. Your time is coming. Maybe you and Diddy can share a prison cell together. Justice is coming. And Liz didn't hold back. She added, it's only a matter of time before spirit-cooking Jay-Z is exposed like Diddy. There's a reason Kanye said Jay's got killers. I would know. He's evil to the core. I pray there will be justice for Cathy White one day. The false idols will continue to fall. Mark my words. But here's the thing. Word on the street is that the reason Kanye hasn't blasted Jay and Bey head-on with these same allegations is because he doesn't want the smoke of a lawsuit, the same way they allegedly tried to shut down Jaguar Wright after her Piers Morgan appearance. Still, insiders claim Kanye firmly believes Blue Ivy isn't Beyonce's biological child, and plenty of fans seem to agree. They've jumped in to back the theory, accusing Bey of stealing Blue from Cathy. One person even pointed out, if Blue was born January 7th, that means when Beyonce announced her pregnancy, she was supposedly only 4 months along. So why did her belly look that huge at the VMAs? Another added, I remember all of this back in 2017 with that deflated baby bump clip. I didn't want to believe it, but here we are again. So now I've got to ask, what do you think about Cathy allegedly exposing Beyonce and Jay for being involved in her shocking death? And do you believe Blue Ivy was really carried by a surrogate? Drop your thoughts in the comments because this debate isn't dying down anytime soon. Thanks for watching Star Watch. Don't forget to hit like, leave a comment, share this video with your crew, and subscribe so you never miss the next scandal.